The light fades without warning. Not like a sunset, not like evening. It simply thins, and then it is gone. Here, at the edge of the Arctic Ocean, darkness does not fall. It arrives, absolute and unbroken. This is Svalbard, a land suspended between ice and sky, where winter erases the sun for 4 long months, and the earth remembers what it was before warmth, before comfort, before mercy. The air feels heavier here, sharper. Every breath carries the taste of ancient cold, a cold older than history, older than memory. Snow does not drift gently, it sculpts. Wind carves the land into frozen waves, shaping mountains into knives and valleys into silence. This is not the Arctic of postcards. This is a polar desert, one of the driest places on Earth. Despite the ice, precipitation is scarce. Snow falls lightly, reluctantly, as if even clouds struggle to survive here. What ice exists is ancient, compressed over millennia, locked into glaciers that move slower than time itself. The land is frozen down to its bones. Permafrost grips the ground hundreds of meters deep, trapping the past beneath its surface. Plants, animals, entire climates sealed away like a memory that refuses to thaw. Nothing truly dies here. It only sleeps. Mountains rise abruptly from the ice, stripped bare of soil and life. Their exposed rock tells a story written over 400 million years. Ancient seabeds lifted skyward, fossils of tropical oceans now entombed beneath glaciers. This land was once warm, once alive with coral reefs and strange marine creatures. The earth has turned itself inside out since then. In winter, Svalbard becomes something else entirely. The sun vanishes below the horizon and does not return. Day and night collapse into a single, endless twilight, then into darkness so complete it feels physical. Shadows no longer exist. Distance loses meaning. Time stretches, dissolves. And yet, the darkness is not empty. The sky ignites. Auroras ripple overhead like living beings, green and violet light tearing through the blackness. They twist, pulse, vanish, return, silent storms raging above a frozen world. Charged particles from the sun collide with Earth's magnetic field, painting the night with energy older than humanity itself. Below, the ice responds. Glaciers crack like thunder. The sound echoes across valleys, sharp, explosive, final. These are rivers of ice, kilometers thick, flowing imperceptibly toward the sea. They grind mountains into powder, reshaping the land grain by grain. When they fracture, the sound travels for miles through frozen air, a reminder that nothing here is truly still. The sea itself is no refuge. For much of the year, the ocean freezes into a shifting labyrinth of ice floes and pressure ridges. Salt water churns beneath the ceiling of ice, alive with currents and unseen movement. When the ice breaks, it does so violently, plates colliding, stacking, crushing anything caught between them. Life survives here, but only the most extreme forms. A white shape moves across the ice, almost invisible, the polar bear. Perfectly adapted to this world, it walks with patience, conserving energy in a land where calories are life. Its fur is hollow, trapping heat. Its skin is black, absorbing what little warmth exists. It hunts seals through breathing holes in the ice, waiting motionless for hours, sometimes days, listening for a single breath beneath the frozen surface. Failure here is not dramatic. It is quiet, and it is final. Arctic foxes appear like ghosts, their coats shifting from brown to white with the seasons, vanishing against snowfields. Reindeer scrape through ice with their hooves, feeding on lichen that grows millimeter by millimeter each year. Nothing here wastes energy. Nothing moves without purpose. Even sound behaves differently. In the cold, noise travels farther. A distant crack of ice can sound close enough to touch. The wind howls across open plains, then stops suddenly, leaving a silence so complete it presses against the ears. In that silence, you become aware of your own body, your breath, your heartbeat, the fragile warmth you carry with you. The paradox of Svalbard is everywhere. It is one of the northernmost places on Earth, yet warmed by an ocean current that prevents complete ice lock. It is a desert made of snow, a place of death that preserves life, a land of darkness illuminated by the sky itself. Beneath the ice, the ground is restless. Svalbard sits along fractured geology, fault lines and uplifted seabeds exposed by retreating glaciers. As the ice melts and refreezes, the land slowly rebounds, rising centimetre by centimetre, adjusting to the weight it once carried. The Earth is still responding to the last ice age, still correcting itself. And the ice is changing. Glaciers retreat, fjords open where ice once stood firm. Ancient ground, untouched for tens of thousands of years, meets the air again. Methane escapes from thawing permafrost, invisible, powerful, altering the atmosphere molecule by molecule. Svalbard becomes a mirror, not just of the past, but of the future. Here, climate change is not an idea. It is visible, audible, measurable. Ice breaks earlier, snow falls later. Species shift their ranges, adapting once again, or disappearing. And yet, the land remains overwhelmingly wild. There are no roads across its interior, no networks, no safety nets. The wilderness begins immediately and does not end. Vast plateaus stretch toward the horizon, broken only by jagged peaks and frozen rivers. Glaciers spill into the sea like frozen waterfalls, their edges glowing blue where pressure has crushed air from the ice. In summer, light returns in an unbroken flood. For months, the sun never sets. Shadows circle endlessly. Ice glows gold at midnight. Life explodes briefly. Mosses, grasses, tiny flowers pushing through rock and frost, racing against time. Birds arrive from across the planet to breed in cliffs and tundra, filling the air with sound before winter silences everything again. Time here is not measured in hours or days. It is measured in survival windows. Svalbard does not welcome you. It does not resist you. It simply exists, indifferent and immense. Stand here long enough and something shifts. Human urgency fades. The scale of the planet reveals itself. You realize how thin the margin of warmth truly is, how briefly life has existed in the vast history of this world, how easily it could slip away. This land has seen ice ages come and go, seas rise and fall, continents drift, species vanish without witnesses. It will endure long after us. In the darkness, beneath the aurora, surrounded by ice older than civilization, Svalbard speaks without words. A reminder written in cold and stone. The earth does not need us, but we are still learning how much we need it.